Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experiences, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Chris Zart, general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it. Hello.
Hello.
We at it again. We're back, coming from, what did we have, 8 weddings last weekend?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I was off, which was nice. Everyone
I
else
keep forgetting that. Yeah.
So
I had 2 weddings. I was at Journeyman on Friday, and then I was at Palais Royale in South Bend on Saturday, which, both days were great. Friday, I haven't been up to the Michigan Journeyman in a moment. I've been at Valpo the past few weeks now, which has been really nice checking that out, especially because it's so close to home. But it was good being back up there. I should have gotten there early enough to
do any putt-putt.
I should have because I forgot.
Get out, play 18 real quick.
Dave likes to golf. It was really hot outside, anyways. Though because I was thinking about just buying the club and ball there because you could take the ball home as a souvenir. But it was really warm, so we just ended up chilling. But ceremony was outside. It was gorgeous. Luckily, they were mostly covered in shade during the whole time. And then, it was just a good party the whole night. Nothing too crazy happened, just a solid night overall.
The couple I had there last month, they gave those little bottles, of liquor, but then they also had monogrammed ball with their names and teas.
Oh, cool.
A little baggie. That was the party favor gift.
That's cool.
That they give to the guests. And we got them too. It was fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, because I noticed that we'll do the little, whiskey shooters of their ryes and bourbons.
I thought monogram ball and tea was really smart.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that idea. No, I love when people do really unique stuff like that I've never seen before. People always do the same stuff, so it is fun seeing something new. But that was cool. And then Saturday, I had a pretty great day. I got to South Bend super early. I went disc golfing at a course nearby, and then went to this brewery, Crooked U, that I like, and got a sandwich there.
Dude, they have the best food.
It's really good.
Oh
yeah.
My gosh!
Oh, I got I can't remember what sandwich I got. I think it was just a turkey. It was pretty simple. But then I got an agua chile, so it was just marinated shrimp and stuff, and some tostadas. Yeah, it was delicious.
It's bonkers.
And then, their beer's really solid too.
I had this pork belly ramen there once, and it was the bomb.
Yeah, they have a really good fried chicken sandwich. Their stuff
it's too good. It's too good.
But that was the start to my day, and then I only had to do reception, which I'm glad that I did because I talked to the photographers and they said so it was a Catholic mass.
Yeah,
I think it was a little over an hour and a half.
Sure.
Until for the ceremony.
Sounds like a Catholic mass. Yeah.
Well, they were
so a typical mass.
They were we do Catholic weddings all the time, and they were this was long.
Oh, okay.
For a mass.
Okay.
Yeah, but because they're
let me get a few more blessings in here.
Well, and there was a lot of pastors at the wedding actually. I think it was family friends that were pastors or something, but there was I noticed 4 or 5 just in the
they
crowd.
Have they're priests.
Priests, yeah. Sorry, not pastors. My bad.
Yeah.
We all know what church I went to.
Sure. The Church of Hard Knocks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really fun night. Really good group of people. They're all younger. They really like to party. I really like working at the venue. The staff is always super on top of it. They had their cocktail hour in that kind of front area where the theater is and everything. No one knew that there was an upstairs bar. That was kind of funny. So I kept talking to the bartender upstairs, and he's like, I'm just here by myself. He's like, do you want to go down there and tell people that I'm up here? I'm like, no, but
come on.
That's not going to be me. But I think staff started to do it. But people, I think, thought that they were not allowed upstairs.
Yeah.
So everyone was packed down there. It was kind of funny. But it was just a really solid weekend. No complaints. Nothing bad.
Yeah, your groom already wrote your review, so he was.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thrilled.
Yeah, that was great.
5 stars.
Yep. Yeah. No, he was one of the nicest people I think I've met. He and you could tell he was really close with a lot of his friends. So his dance floor was kind of withering away at the end, and it was just these people were partying really hard, and Groove just kept going up to his friends and just giving them the nicest, longest hug. It was each friend got a 30-second hug each, and then it was just a thank you. And then he went to the next friend. And then I went up to him to be hey, man, just checking in. And he's like, come here. And he just hugged me for a solid 20 seconds. And then finally he's done. He's like, thank you.
That's nice.
Of course, man. Like, yeah, that was just really funny.
20 seconds is a long time for a hug.
Maybe it wasn't 20 seconds.
No, I
but
believe
yeah.
you. I believe you. Things take longer than you think. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa. It's like an eternity. Just get lost in his arms. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's really sweet. I love when you actually make a genuine, deep connection with the couple. And it's like, you know, they're like, they threw us an awesome party.
Right.
On our wedding day. Like, they were so fun and easy to work with, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
Like, that's
absolutely.
a cool, and when people recognize that and they, like, show appreciation, that's what I live for, man. That's the best. That happened to my groom last week, and he came up and was like, really, thank you. Like, it was really cool. He tipped us and stuff, too, but he was, like, super grateful. I was like, oh, man, that's the best.
I love when I get like an actual genuine moment like that. It's really nice. You know, it's just like sometimes like weddings can be so busy. It's hard to, like, I understand, like, I'm a stranger, I'm your DJ. Like,
Yeah.
you have a lot of people you want to hang out with tonight. Like, me, I'm probably not on the top of the list there.
Yeah.
But like getting recognized like that, yeah, it really goes a long way for us.
Sometimes, though, it does feel like weddings kind of hit that vibe where everybody's feeling stuff and they're all feeling very nostalgic and very loving. It's almost like everyone's drank Love Drug or something. Like, everybody is just feeling that hazy, like, I love everybody, man.
Right.
I love you. I love you. I love this song. Like, that's such a fun weddings when they go that way. Sometimes, yeah, that doesn't go that way. There's the opposite where everybody is like fighting and stressed and I can't believe her family said that or his family did this and they're just gonna sit over there, you know. And there's a lot of like drama built up, and it's hard for anybody to have a good time.
Well, speaking of, so this is, you know, we only talk about our weddings. We don't really get a chance to talk about the other DJs at our company, the weddings that they experience, which I'd really love to have more leads on. But like, this was a good one of. I think this was Joe's wedding. It was Joe and Dave were working together, and they said the vibe was just weird. Like, as soon as they got there, like, everyone there, like, just didn't seem happy. Like, it was like not the opposite of what most people on a wedding day would be.
Yeah.
Like, just, so I guess what had happened was someone close in the family, like a cousin or whatever, or maybe it was even like a sibling. It was someone really close though.
To the bride, right?
Yes. Got married on the same day and split up the family.
Wow.
So like half the family was like, you know, whose wedding you're going, and it like caused this divide. So people that didn't go to one wedding were upset with the people that went to the others, and vice versa. And yeah, it was just, that dynamic was weird. But they didn't know this, I think, until like hours later into the night, that someone had told them like, oh yeah, like another wedding.
The
was
DJs
going
didn't
on.
know. Yeah, Joe and Dave didn't. Yeah, Joe told me about. He called me after that one because he has been killing it. He like every wedding, the couple just raves about him.
Yeah.
Writes a 5-star review, and that's the only one where it just like he called me. He's like, I don't know what I did. I did everything I possibly could. This one was just really hard to do.
Right.
And you know, they had a weird thing too where they told us music off at this time. Like, they paid us. And they wrote that in the contract. This
and
then
too.
they actually had more time at the venue, but they only booked us for that amount of time. And so then he offered to like stay later, but they have to pay him, and they didn't want to do that. And then they're like, "Well, do you want to just rent us a speaker?" He's like, "Well, that's not what we do. Like, you know, I still have to stay for that." Like,
yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but to me, that's why you really should talk to. I think this is one who just booked and didn't talk to us. They got on our
that was a weird
website,
one.
filled out our stuff, and paid. But you should talk to us. You should ask questions. And then Joe, when he met with them, he like went over, this is the time we have for you. That'd be an easy time to fix that.
Right.
And they go, yeah. And then he ended on time, according to the contract, according to what we said in the, you know.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh no, we have another hour or whatever, another half hour.
Man. Yeah, I forgot about that.
He's
detail.
like, that's not what I had. That's not what you said when we met, you know. And then he offered like a discount to like less than our normal rate, what we would charge, and they're like, nah, just it's okay. So
but you know, compared to most days, most people are really excited to be there.
Yes.
Like, I brought that one up because that was like a rarity.
Yeah.
Of like, and I try and remind myself that of like, sometimes I always show up with a little bit of anxiety, but that's normal. I just want to do a good job. I don't want things to go wrong. I don't want to be responsible for things going wrong, especially. But I was just trying to remind myself of like, everyone's really excited to be here.
Yes.
Everyone really wants to be here today. The guests, like,
it's not an accident. They didn't just show up. Oh, people are getting married. It's a planned thing.
I went to a wedding as a guest like recently, and I was looking forward to that wedding like all year. Like, I was very like, so, you know, other people too, they're doing the same thing. They're really just excited to be there, just to have a good time. And like you said, once they're there, those emotions just like envelop more.
Yes, eat all the food, sign all the guest books, take all the photo booth photos.
Yeah.
Drink all the drinks, and rave to the couple about how much fun you're having.
Right.
That's a good guest. That's a supportive guest. Don't be, we always say, be on their team. Don't be the lamer who's like, I didn't hear my song, so I'm going home early.
Right.
Or I'm not gonna dance. I'm not gonna have fun. Everything sucks. Oh, they didn't give me extra ranch, or they're just complaining about their free meal wasn't cooked to their specifications. Or it's like, it's not a restaurant. It's not a restaurant. The couple paid a lot of money, probably $50 or $60 a head for you to eat your food. Just eat the food and enjoy it.
Oh, something I did want to say was Friday at Journeyman. It was like not typical wedding music totally.
Sure.
A lot of the stuff, it's stuff I have played before at weddings, but it's more so like I would play this song, not like make a whole playlist out of it. Like it was all like early 2000s, 90s, like Natasha Bedingfield.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Alanis Morissette, like just all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone was going like wild to it. Like they were just like screaming every lyric.
Unwritten is a banger, man.
That was a and then Pocket of Sunshine.
Oh, there you go.
I got a pocket full of
sunshine.
Yeah. It's been stuck in my head.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been really stuck in my head.
That's a definite one.
But yeah, no, I saw this list, and then there was like stuff like Rhinestone Cowboy, like I think that's Glenn something on there.
Yeah, yeah.
On a Rhinestone
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Hazard, Glenn,
Clarence something maybe?
Okay.
I don't know.
We should know that, but we don't play it enough. So
no, well, that's the first time I played it in a
know.
while. But I'm looking at this list, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is just like the bride and groom's taste, and they're like, no, we love these songs, and they're like, people are gonna really love it. But I'm like, how true is that going to be? But no, they were right. They knew their guests really well. Like it was that whole list they put together. Everything I played on there, everyone was just going nuts for it. It was just really hard to like play a bad song. But,
that's the best.
It was just really fun playing stuff that I don't normally play and seeing that kind of response. And just knowing like the wedding the next day that I did, if I would have played that playlist, it would have like murdered the dance floor. Like no one would have known what's going on. It's just some things are so crowd dependent, and it's really fun when you find like that spot of like, oh, I get you guys. I understand what you're looking for. Sometimes we don't know that as much. We're like, I had that list. They knew their crowd. That was great. Sometimes we need to experiment and like you're trying different genres, but it's really fun of like, the challenge of that. And when we're trying to figure it out and then you finally do. Yeah. And then you're just kind of in that flow state of like, oh yeah, I get you now. I played this one song, these next 5.
Now I know.
Yep.
Now I know. I gotcha.
That's really fun.
Taking you on a trip, taking you on a journey.
Exactly.
That's the best. That's the best feeling when the energy is like palpable and you just can't play a bad song. Have I told you about that new tradition? I think I did. Where, how they're always like, please silence your cell phones, put your cell phones. It's an unplugged ceremony.
Oh, were you saying the
DJ
they all take a photo?
Yeah, the DJ is like, okay, instead of doing that, we are going to put our phones away, but let's take a selfie and text it to the couple. So later tonight, they get to see everyone who participated in putting their phones away, and they get to see you what you look like on. I thought that was kind of a fun way of doing it, kind of a new tradition idea of doing a weird spin on that type of. Also, the reverse anniversary dance. I'm doing that coming up.
Yes, I've done that a few times.
Get people on the dance floor, and then and then you just open it up and get things moving.
Yeah.
And I love you start with the couple. You got married today. Get on this. If you got married last year, join this couple. I like that. Instead of eliminating couple, you're like adding and building. I don't know. I just had this thought the other day about that. Like DJing is really about knowing what other people like and why, and then use that information. That's really what it is. It's like, if you like this song, then I know with like 99% certainty that you're going to like this other song. And I know why. Like I know that it was like you have memories from high school or middle school or college. You and your friends party. This is your going out song. Other weddings, you've heard this. This song brings about feelings in you that make you want to have a good time and a party. and you can tell that certain songs have similar feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about that before. Of course, that's the one that copyright was like, no, you can't play music. That's not yours. You guys are DJs, but I know, don't do it. So YouTube shut it down. Even though we weren't selling the songs, we were just talking about the songs. But they're like, no.
So dumb.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just thought that was really, I don't know, I was just having deep thoughts about DJing, and I was like, that's exactly the summary of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen or experienced that, like yourself? Like when you're DJing, how have you found that statement to be true? That
yeah, and sometimes it's like I try and get that information. Like the meeting we're having before the wedding is me gathering as much information as I can about the couple, like to make that dance floor successful.
What kind of questions do you ask couples to kind of give you that information that you need to throw a great party?
I mean, I try to definitely avoid of like, what do you guys like? Because that's an impossible question.
Right, yeah. We like everything.
Yeah. I do like to start with, what do you don't like? Because that is, people get an emotional response to that. People they really know what they hate. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I hate Taylor Swift. I hate this song.
Yeah.
Like,
no country, no rap.
When I ask, the answer comes out immediately. When I ask, what do you like? It's, yeah. So that's what I start with. And then I like to really ask, like, any traditions. Like, is there any family member that they're like, this song, they're going to be on the dance floor, they're going to come out. Maybe there's something like that tied to like something they grew up with. My dad always comes out and plays air guitar to ACD, whatever.
My cousin takes his shirt off and acts like Michael Jackson from Free Willy video. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I'll start with like those two, and then usually the ball's rolling enough, and we can just start kind of talking from there. And then maybe they'll share stories about why a song's important to them or something. That's why I always really love when people take the time and really fill out the playlist. And sometimes they'll leave a note of like, this song was my college song, whatever. I really love that.
Yeah.
But then it's also paying attention the day of. And I mean, I think it happens pretty much every wedding that I hear somebody, it's like a speech, someone mentions, oh, this song, the bride really loves.
Jamming out to All Star by Smash Mouth or whatever.
And I was never on the list, was never talked about. Or it's like later in the night, and I know you've had this before, and I'll tell you a story. This did just happen Saturday, and I got taken advantage of. But basically,
I got used musically.
I did, yeah. Because you experienced it at every wedding, and this is I had some trust, but whatever. But yeah, of like someone comes up with their friend group, and they're like, "This was our song at this age with the bride," and I'm like, I never knew that, and I'm also assuming they're not lying to me, and they're actually like this.
They're definitely lying.
And I've had that happen where I actually play the song, and then it's like great, and it's this huge memory. Saturday was the example of I see this guy. I look out at the dance floor. You just looking around. There's no reason for it. I see the groom. I see guy next to the groom. They're talking. The guy who's talking to the groom comes up to me and says, "Hey, the groom just like absolutely loves the song. He wants it like next." I'm like, "I don't have it." I'm like, "I could download it though. It's gonna take me a second." Like the Wi-Fi was slow there. Mm-hmm. So it's like 2 songs later. I finally I just downloaded on Spotify because I didn't want to buy it.
Yeah.
And then he comes up, he's like, "No, man, he really wants it. Do you have it?" And I'm like, yeah. And I hit it. I'm like 20 seconds in, the groom just kind of like processes it and then like looks at me and is just like, and then I'm like, got it. And then I get out of it, and the dude came up and was like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "Did you get out of that song?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "You lied to me." And I literally told him, and he's like, "Well, can I give you a different song?" I'm like, "Listen, you've broken our trust now.
Sacred."
I'm like,
cheated.
You knew that the groom didn't want that song, and he's like, "Yeah," and he fessed up to everything.
A little stinker.
Yeah. But I'm just like, our trust is ruined.
I'm not
now.
tricking you now. I want another song. Yeah.
You'll never cheat on me again.
Fool me once. Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. But no, yeah, like that's usually there's stuff during the day that I'll pick up of like, oh, they like this, they like that. Yeah. So definitely, it's important to know like why
what they like yeah,
music.
why they like it, yeah. And yeah, it generally has to do with that. And what I love to find those songs that like they didn't know they wanted to hear that is in line with, if they like Whitney Houston, then they'll probably like, Cyndi Lauper, or they'll like Madonna, or Lady Gaga, or Rihanna,
And,
if they
and when
don't
that
like that,
hits, it feels so good. Like knowing that, and sometimes like your song hits even harder than like what you were doing. Like I was in that early 2000s and I dropped All Star, and then they were going like nuts for it, and that wasn't on their list. And I was just like, but I knew like
Yes.
I know that you guys are nerdy for like this 90s shit. Like
Yes,
it's gonna
it's
work
gonna
out.
drop. It's gonna go insane, and that's partly what they're paying us for.
Right.
Is to use our knowledge of throwing parties to like for good for their party, and to make those key decisions at those precise moments. That's gonna elevate the whole experience for everybody. But you have to know what people like and why they like it in order
Yes.
to do that. And if you're not good at that, you're not really going to be a good DJ. You could be the best technical mixer ever. You could be the best scratch artist. But if you're playing songs that people don't know or don't like, and you don't understand about other people, it doesn't matter. You could literally be the best DJ in the world at mixing songs. But if you're not picking songs people love because you don't understand why people love stuff or what people love, I'm amazed at the number of DJs that don't really know much about music at all. There are some companies that actually spend a lot of time training their DJs about music history and theory.
Interesting.
You know, like they think that's really important to have a good base knowledge of music history. I've thought about doing that, but I'm like, you either get this or you don't. Part
I've already taken all those
part of our
classes,
training
too.
is you're coming to 30 to 60 weddings with us as an assistant.
Yeah.
And so you're going to see firsthand what we play, what works, when it doesn't work. And I try to tell the DJs, do you see why that's working? Do you see what's happening? Or do you see that was working, but now it's not? And we got to leave. We got to get out of it. You see, everyone is kind of standing around.
Right.
Like we got to get the energy back up and change it before they start leaving.
Yeah.
I call it's getting stale, baby. So,
but no, I think I am currently where I'm at. Like, at least I feel like the best DJ that I've been, just because of like my age. Everyone that's getting married is like my age. So in the stuff that I've been playing though, like I have an emotional connection to of like, I'm like, oh, I remember when this came out in middle school, and like I remember this song of like all the early 2000s stuff, and like Blink-182 to like Nelly and like all of that. It's all like my sisters made me a CD when I was like 8 or 9, and that was when they were in high school. So it's like I have this connection that like everyone whose wedding I'm going to has to that music, and we had it at the same time. So like, and I'm very familiar with it. So it's like when I go to those weddings and I'm like, oh, we're at like the same age. Like I'm like, I got you. I'm like, we're good. Like, and I like mixing it up. I that Friday wedding, that was a little more different than what I would normally do. So that was really fun for me. But I like both. Like it's fun having. I'm like this feels comfortable. I'm used to it, but I like also getting out of the comfort zone. But
I get that same way. But obviously, it's 13 years before. Like I know you Dr. Dre, Naughty by Nature,
And you love your like 80s.
Mark Morrison. I love the 80s. I love 80s pop, and rock and all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely early 90s set. I haven't done an early 90s like hip hop R&B set in forever.
Well, and that was when I started.
Snoop Dogg.
And
people were loving that at that age,
I feel like 7-8 years ago, I was doing a lot more of like 90s rap.
Yeah.
And it comes through. I occasionally get people, but they're more so like, instead of 25, probably more like 35 to like 40.
I haven't played This Is How We Do It in a long time because it's not how we do it anymore.
No.
But I'm doing Chapel Roan like almost every wedding.
Right.
So.
And I feel like it's been leading more from like less early 2000s and more 2010s. Like the stuff like Usher,
sure,
and like Hot in Her and like all that, like it's still hitting, but like the stuff that's hitting more is like Party Rock Anthem, or like Dynamite, Tayo Cruz, like
Kesha,
I Kinda Pop, Kesha, all of those like 2010s are hitting, like, which is weird because I remember playing that when we started, and it was getting kind of lame because it was like 2 years
overplayed,
2 to 5
Capital
years
Cities,
after it's come out, but now it's old enough that like people are coming back to it, and it's not lame anymore. It feels fresh again.
It's our childhood,
So it's just interesting on how it fluctuates over time.
Yeah, well, and movies have an influence. Movies and TV.
Oh, totally.
Remember that whole summer we were playing that Kate Bush song because of Stranger Things.
Well, and then this year it's been that Saltburn movie.
Yeah,
because it was
Murder on the Dance Floor.
That one, and then Exceeder Perfect. Have you heard that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hear you scream if you want some more. Like, you ever heard this?
I've not heard that one.
Really?
I've not heard that.
Watch me work it. Yeah. I played that like many times this year.
I don't even know that
shocked
song.
you
I'm not
haven't.
familiar with the.
I'm
with
gonna
the
play
song.
it for you later.
I would love it.
It came out in like 03. No. Probably like 07.
Okay.
But yeah, that Saltburn movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the salt, but that they do the
It's all. I think it takes
Murder
place
on the
in-
Dance
in
Floor is the one I was
07.
thinking of from that movie.
There's two. It's that song and then the one I was just
That's
saying is
hilarious.
like. But what's funny is, and I've known about both of those songs for a while now. They're good songs, but no one was gonna ever play that at a wedding or dance to it until that movie made it popular.
Or you have new feelings about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Guardians of the Galaxy. The first one, especially.
Oh, that soundtrack is so good.
Yeah, and a lot of those songs, people are like, yes, these are great 70s hits. So now we play them at weddings all the time.
Yeah, Ain't No Mountain High
Hooked
Enough.
on a feeling. Yeah.
And Hooked on a
I
Feeling.
Want You Back.
I played both
Yeah.
of those like many times this year. I Want You Back. Yeah, Jackson 5 like is pretty popular again. It's weird how that works, but
Boom, doo, 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 doo.
was that Redbone?
That's
right?
Redbone, the other one.
That
yeah.
is the only Native American band to have been
Chart-
on
a chart
Billboard.
topping.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It was a really good song.
Yeah.
It's a hit. But yeah, I don't have much else.
No,
This
just another 2 weddings this weekend.
triple header for me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you went from nothing to
Yeah.
it all.
So that's why I was like, I
3
think I'm not
weddings or
gonna.
just-
3 weddings. Yeah, I
Nice.
got Friday Journeyman. Saturday I'll be at Four Seasons in Chicago, overlooking the lake.
Nice.
And then
Have you been there before? Or
No, but it's catty corner from that one we did in January at Sofitel.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
right over. It's a little closer to the lake.
that's cool. That'll be pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna work. The ballroom is called the Lakeview Ballroom, so I think there'll be a view of the lake. I would assume.
It's possible.
It's like nope.
They
it's-
could be
It's
trolling.
just totally blacked out. You can't see it.
You pull back the curtains, it just says, "We got you."
We got you. No windows. No windows, guy. Come on. We're the Four Seasons. But yeah, it's supposed to be a really nice hotel. And I'm working with Sweet Chic Events again, so it should be really good. Very well organized. Same planner as the one at Sofitel.
I thought you were just about to nickname one of our assistants Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet Chic. But
We're-
Sweet Cheeks,
I'm
I
working
like.
with Sweet Cheeks. You know, chum.
Yeah.
Sweet Cheeks.
Cheeks are the sweetest. He'll be working with me, so
Well, there you go.
we he wears this mauve colored shirt with like dark pants. We call him Rusty Mauve or Rust Mauve.
Probably looks good.
He looks fantastic.
sounds great.
It's a great look. So now we're like, I joke that it's like an alter persona. Like it's like Chum wouldn't go talk to those people, but Rust would.
But DJ Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet Cheeks. Rusty Mauve, here we go.
When you work with them, just start calling that. No context.
Sweet Cheek.
Don't explain why. Just say Chris told me to.
Sweet Chic. Sweet Chic was the name of the company.
Oh, I
Company.
see.
CHIC is the planner that's how we got the booking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it should be a good one. Yeah, I think we're like fully booked. We're doing former employees. We're doing his wedding. Kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, I'll be at the Wooded Knot in Tippecanoe. I think you shot a film for us there.
Yeah.
Last time I was there.
I remember that place.
Nice venue. Very, very. So, but working with Kimberly Barnard and the team over there.
Oh, nice. I'm mixing up this weekend. I might.
It's like you're at Allure on the Lake on Friday.
That's right.
Is that right? Yeah, you're on
sounds right,
Friday.
yeah.
You're there, and then on Saturday.
Yeah, we're doing an outside ceremony on Friday, so I'm excited to see that because I've only done inside there. But
Are
it's
you at
probably
Journeyman again?
gorgeous.
Valpo?
Oh, I
that
guess
you?
so. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Valpo Journeyman. Oh, that'll be great on Saturday to stay close to home.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that outside ceremony location at the Allure is gorgeous.
Yeah, especially this time of year, it's going to be.
That was like,
It's the 21st of September
yes.
on Saturday.
Yeah, and then like a month, and I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary. And yeah, no, like our photos were so gorgeous on that day just because it was like just middle of fall. All the leaves were changing. And yeah, it was
the
nice.
sky was gray.
Excited for fall. So excited.
Too.
Cool, man.
Yeah. We will see you on another podcast.
Sounds good.
So, and we'll see you on the dance floor. Guys, thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
Take care.